Hey, what's up, Ali? So, real quick, your website is getting clicks, your Google My Business profile is being viewed, but your phone isn't ringing. So, what's really happening between that click and the decision not to call?
That's a great question, Michael. Thanks for having me. There's a big connection between getting found and converting, and that's kind of what we're going to go into today. So, yes, we all get hung up on Google must like us. We must do everything Google likes. We must follow Google's best practices. But Google's a software. There's no person there. There's no one like saying, oh, I'm looking at your website at Google and judging you and ranking you. It's just software. You do certain things, so certain best practices to help you get higher up. You follow best practices, consistency, post content. You do things that Google likes. It says, hey, we want a mobile friendly site. We want your images to load faster. We want alt tags. We want H tags. We want title tags. We want meta description. Great. All this is great. We do it so Google likes it. You've done it. Maybe your SEO company has done it. Like Michael said, the traffic's coming in, the Google rankings might be seen. You might see a report showing good numbers, but no one's calling you or your appointment book is empty. And the question is why? What happens after they click through to get to your website? Once they click to your website, Google's out the picture. Basically, we're using Google to rank you higher. Once you rank higher, and Google's not giving that for free. I don't have a cousin at Google and no one else knows any secret sauce that only they know.
Mhm.
You have to earn your way up in these ranks with consistency, age, reviews. A startup that just launched, last month with 0 reviews is not going to rank anytime soon. Months, maybe years, depending on the area. So don't get hung up on fast with SEO. SEO is not fast. SEO you have to earn. So step one is earning your way up in Google, Google Maps, Google Organic. We're not talking about the sponsored Google ads today. The maps, you got to get your reviews up. Your site has to be optimized. You have to use Google My Business's profile and all their posts and every tool they give you, you have to use it. Why does Google give you those tools? So you use them. Does it like people that use the tools or people that don't like the tools? It's obvious. You use their tools, you do better. So that's what we do. Our SEO packages are not magic. They're not any secret sauce. They're just using best practices, optimizing for your area and your treatments, doing things Google likes, using their products in various ways to help you rank better, both organically and on the map. Now, that's just step one. That's what Google likes. Once you get found and someone clicks through, Google's out the picture. Google, again, is not a person. It's no one looking at your site. It's a robot. It's a software just ranking it based on certain technical elements. One that's human now that's in the picture finds you on Google and they click through and they land on your website. What are they seeing? Are they seeing a bunch of stock photos? Are they seeing blurry images? Are they seeing hard to read text? Are they seeing no mobile friendliness? Are they seeing things that give them a bad first impression? So we're all judgmental, unfortunately. Google gets you ranked. They click to your website. They're going to instantly judge you. They hate you. They hate your website. They're going to make those judgments based on your reviews, your pictures, your team, your stock photos. If they hate your website for whatever reason, your all stock photos, they can't see your office. The doctor has never put a photo on there. There's so many offices that I see that the doctor does not put their photo. The patient is only looking to see the doctor first. After they get to the site through whatever SEO, they're going to think, who's the doctor? Why would I go to this person? Is their team there? Do they have technology? So one thing to look at is your website and the overall presence you're giving out once they land on your website. If you have the best SEO and you could be page one, position one, you can sit down on Google every day and look at yourself and make sure you're still there. But if no one's calling you, who cares about that?
Mhm.
So first look at your website, make sure it's not broken, old, dirty. If your website's old and bad, they're gonna automatically assume your practice is the same way. If your website photos are blurry or no one sees the doctor or special offers are so tiny they can't be read and your site's not secure and you're missing just the basics, then that's probably why your phone's not ringing. Then we could go a little deeper. Let's say your website is doing great and it looks great, it's personalized. Maybe there's a disconnect with how the leads are coming in. Maybe they're calling your office and your staff is not answering the phones properly. Maybe you're not following up properly. There's so many times that we've seen inquiries come into the website and the patient says, hey, I'm interested or I have a toothache or whatever. The staff reaches out, one time, no answer. That leads in the trash, never again mentioned, forgotten. So that's another reason why you may notice your appointment book is empty, is because these inquiries might be coming in, but one, nobody's chasing them. You gotta chase them 5, 6, 7 times until they say, leave me alone. You reached out to us, we're trying to help you. We're trying to get you in. Your staff has to know how to sell on the phone. You have to know how to do case acceptance well, or else they're never gonna come in. So check that out. Check out your contact form and your appointment forms. Test it every so often. So many demos I do, and I go right away to the appointment form and I say, what happens if I fill this out and I still not, hey, it's all I have a Tuesday. No one ever calls me. The doctor never gets it. He says, I don't know who's getting it. And then he's like, oh man, I'm like losing business here. And then he has to go fix that. So these are the things you should look at. Broken numbers, broken forms, not the right person getting these inquiries, not responding right away. You're paying for marketing. You got to treat the sales just as important as the marketing. The sales happens in your office. The marketing happens with the company you hire. You could call the SEO, the marketing side. You could call the sales. Once that phone call or inquiry comes in, who's handling it? Are they calling them back? Are they reaching out right away? Are they making multiple attempts? And every month, as the doctor or the business owner or whoever is in charge, you're going to go to your team and say, I want to know in February how many inquiries I got. First, how many of those became new patients? Let's say you got 20 new patients. What are the sources of those? If I don't know is the answer, then your systems are off. It should be insurance, word of mouth, referral, Google, ads, newspaper, ground. You should have those sources broken down. And you can say, hey, in February, I got 20 new patients. 20 of them were booked. 10 of them said insurance, 3 of them were referral, 4 of them said Google, 5 of them said word of mouth. And then you could say, okay, now I know this stuff working. I can look at just the Google, the 6, 7 guys that came from Google, see if they book treatments, see how much I expected to spend, and say, okay, that I could justify my SEO. I'm making some money here from the guys that found me on Google. The other side of it is, what happens to all the people that did not fall in those 20 new patients? Or you get 20 new patients, there's probably 50 inquiries that came in. Nobody has 100% closing ratio, right? So 20 leads didn't come in and it became 20 patients. 50 leads probably came in or more, and 20 of them became patients. What happened to the other 30? Are they in the trash? Was it a one-time attempt? Has anybody reached back out? What's going on? And that's what the things you have to look at internally to make sure your marketing is working well.
How many potential patients visit your website and then disappear? An outdated or slow website is costing you patients before they even call. DocSites builds high-converting websites designed to bring in new patients, and they do it for an affordable, flat rate. Just go to their website and check out and see what they cost. And they do this with no long-term contracts. So it's more calls, more patients, more growth, without any ridiculous fees. Visit DocSites.com, that's DocSites.com, for a free website evaluation today. And mention the Dental Marketer Podcast, and you will get $500 off any promotion that's going on right now. So go ahead and do that. Mention the podcast, the Dental Marketer Podcast, and visit DocSites.com today. I like that. It sounds like the follow-up game has to be really, really strong. So then what's the biggest, would you say, Ali, misconception we have about why they aren't converting traffic into calls?
The marketing company sucks. That's always the biggest. I heard a consultant the other day, and she was super honest and transparent. She's a practice coach, and she tells all her clients, and this may be true, like I didn't think of it this way, but she says, you always hate the marketing company before you love them. They gotta prove something to you. You always are hesitant. Like you're always like, oh my God, are they gonna waste my money? So if you're approaching it like that, then that may be the mistake to begin with. Look at it as, do I trust the company? Do they have good reviews? Do they have some results? Not just a great sales pitch. a good looking guy in a fancy suit or whatever, came into my office with a nice iPad and showed me all this metrics and data and why my website page speed is low. Don't look at that. Say, hey, buddy, show me three of your clients that rank well on Google that are getting leads and can attest to your work. And then you can decide for yourself if that company is a good fit for you.
Gotcha. I like that. So then let's talk about the instant trust factor. Why do some practices win more calls? What are the three fastest ways a practice can build trust in under 5 seconds on their website?
Show your reviews. That's the biggest tip that I hear myself, everyone in this office saying, Doctor, you have great reviews, but we don't see them nowhere on your site. Usually they have them like you scroll down at the bottom of the homepage, but nobody scrolls that deep. It should be like front and center at the top, reviews page for itself. All of our clients that have like hundreds of reviews, we always say like over X amount of reviews to really showcase that and show off how many reviews they have. So the biggest mistake is you're earning these reviews, you're doing amazing work, you're spending your time, your staff, everybody now knows how to get good reviews, but you're not showing them anywhere. They're just stuck right there. And you're hoping people find them, and they do find them on Google, which is great. But you also want that other factor of once they're on your site, that's going to help them pick up the phone. Oh, you have 300 reviews? Why not? Let me call you. Versus the guy that has a stock photo and no review.
Gotcha. Okay, that's interesting.
Real quick back on reviews. And if you don't have a lot of reviews, and some doctors get rubbed the wrong way when I mention this, go to Google, search dentist, and put your zip code. Look at the list of the Google Maps. If everyone's at 600 and you're there with 90, look in the mirror, look at your office, see how you can get your stuff up. It doesn't matter if you have 90 and you're the first guy and everyone else under you has 600. Like an Amazon product, we're all going to look like the guy with the most reviews, regardless of ranking. So don't just obsess on the ranking, obsess on the number of reviews you're getting, obsess on every guy in the neighborhood and how you could beat them, obsess on how you can get your team to ask for reviews. And these are the things that you should look at because every single word in the review helps with your rankings. You could do this yourself. Go to Google and search dental implants in your city, and you will see Google actually highlights the word implants from the user reviews. So if a guy has 1,000 reviews, there's so many words in dental services and treatments that Google could find, and so many opportunities for you to get found, versus you that has 100 reviews and the guy just puts 5 stars and no explanation. That's not as good as please share your experience. And if these guys, they're comfortable with you, they're writing stories of how great you are. They say, I broke my tooth in Hawaii snorkeling. Doctor did 10 veneers. I love it. Oh my God. They're posting photos. You put that on your website. Other people see that. Your staff asking for reviews. Everyone's motivated. That's going to change the game. Every single word in their reviews, not in our SEO, in the user's review, those words actually help you rank. So the more, the merrier. Obviously, good review.
Gotcha. Okay. So the good reviews is what makes it happen, right? Now, when it comes to, let's just say we understand we have to get reviews, 5 stars, right? Best ranking. But what are the biggest red flags on a website that immediately make potential patients leave? Is it just like, hey, I don't see reviews, I'm leaving? Or is it something deeper?
No, it's a combination of many things. It could be anything from the person's personal judgments. So the things that you could fix easily without worrying about the person's personal judgment is stock photos, a bunch of old, stocky photos. That's the first thing to fix. Go to your office, take your iPhone or smartphone, take a bunch of photos, send it to your web company, replace all the stock photos on the homepage to start with your personal photos and watch the conversions do better. Why? If you're looking for, let's say, an optometrist or something, and you go to Google and you search optometrist near me, what's going to make you contact the 10 guys on the list and apply that to your own practice? Was it the reviews? Was it the personal website? Was it the nice doctor bio that showed how experienced he is? Was it the clean office? Was it the technology? What are those things? And those are the things that we try to add on your website. It's all the same. Reviews, doctor info, team info, technology, new patient info, financing options, insurance if you provide that. All the basics. People get too stuck on, I'm going to have 100 pages on every single procedure from, you've seen it, the websites that have like triple, quadruple drop downs with services that nobody reads. Focus on your three top services that you want to get found for. Do great work. Take before afters. Get reviews for that work. Do a consult or whatever to help incentivize someone to take action to come to you for that work, and then see how much better your conversion will do.
Gotcha. Interesting. So then, if you were running a practice and had only 30 days to fix conversion issues, what would be the exact checklist Ali would follow?
So anyone could do a web assessment with me, and we'll do this live for you. And it comes with some notes that you can take away, action items you could apply. So the first thing we'll look at in the first few minutes, do you have good reviews and are they on your website? Usually the answer is no. Make that front and center. Two, they have great promos, or they're doing like, I asked them, what other kinds of marketing are you doing? The guy says, I have an amazing new patient special. I mailed it to everybody in the neighborhood, but that special is not on the website. It's not consistent. The staff doesn't know they have an offer. The offer is in the magazine. The offer is not on the website. There's too many inconsistencies. So look for being consistent with your overall marketing. Next thing you look at is personalized photos. Is it still your photo from 20 years ago? Do you show all your, you go to these teen courses, you're taking academy, clear line classes, you're enhancing your education and your experience. You have to show that on your website. You have to say, hey guys, I just spent a lot of money on this syringe or whatever, this cone beam. I want to show it. I want to tell patients why this is important to have this in my office. You don't have to put that goop in your mouth anymore. Less radiation, all these things, these are selling points. These are things that people want to find you for. So many offices have like amazing comfort menus like, Netflix or chapstick or blankets and all this stuff to make their patient experience great, but they lack showing that on their website. So these are the things that we would look for in the first few minutes of our call is what are you not reflecting from your patient experience on your website and how we could capture that. Maybe you've been in town for 30 years, but a huge thing that says, in town for 30 years, make that something where someone says, okay, this guy knows the community, knows the neighborhood. He didn't just come here overnight. He had a bunch of reviews, but he never put it on his site. All these little things will make a difference over time.
Interesting, man. Okay, so then how can someone right now, with everything that they've learned from this point on, what would you recommend? What can our listeners do to go learn more about applying these strategies in their practice?
Wanting to do a free assessment with myself with no questions asked, no sales tactics, no pressure, no what's your budget. First of all, you can go to docsites.com. You can see all of our pricing and products, no contracts. That's an easy thing to look at. But what you should look at is how much you're paying, what you're getting. Is there a return? You should be able to answer these questions. Maybe not perfectly, but have a ballpark. If you have to go ask your marketing guy, like, how much ROI did I get from this? That typically means you're not tracking internally that well. And either you could apply some ROI tools, even guys that work with us that are really data driven, they could put in their own forms and go to their patient management software. So you have to actually look at these things. Having these tools is one thing, look at them is another. And knowing I put X amount in marketing and I'm getting X amount out. Don't look at it in a month, look at it in a year, especially with SEO. With ads, maybe you could look at it in 3 to 6 months. With SEO, look at it in a year. Make sure you get in with all the things we discussed. Make sure you vet the company, look at their results, their reviews. Don't fall for fancy reports and sales pitches. Once you're in with them, give them a year. Check in every 3 months. Talk to them. See what they're doing. Do they know you want to show off your Invisalign? Do they know you want to rank for emergency? Whatever these things are, these initial conversations should be had with the company. Too many people reach out saying, like, I don't even know what they're doing. I don't know what they're optimizing for. And, they're in a contract and they sometimes even get auto renewed. We'll cover in a different video.
Interesting. So I know you can get a free web assessment if you want to check out more to see any more potential or money that you could be leaving on the table. Definitely do that with Ali. I'm going to put a link to that in the show notes below. And at the same time, if you mentioned the Dental Marketer podcast, this episode, or any of these episodes with Ali, you do get an exclusive deal. And I'm going to put that in the show notes below. So just click the first link in the show notes below. You'll go to Doc Sites and you can reach out to Ali. And Ali, any final words?
Well, just make sure you guys mention the dental marketer at CDM on docsites.com. No questions asked. Web assessments, we provide you the video, the action items you could apply yourself. If you decide to move forward, we have an exclusive discount to Michael's platform. So make sure I mention that regardless. If you mention it, I'll make sure when we talk to mention the discount. So thank you again, Michael, and thank you for your audience for listening.
All righty. Thank you so much. So that's going to be in the show notes below, and you can definitely find them on the Dental Marketer Society Facebook group too. And I'm putting a link to the Facebook group in the show notes below too. And Ali, thank you so much for being with us. It's been a pleasure, and we'll hear from you soon.
Thank you as always.